Hello, and welcome to In the Library with
Tara!
and our special guest of the week.
Robin!
Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Today's big topic is
Nanette's Baguette by Mo Willems.
Mr. Mo Willems. Mo Willems is an American author, animator, voice actor, and children's book author. He began working on Sesame Street before he struck it big in the writing world with Don't Let the Pigeon Drive the Bus.
Was he a puppeteer?
I don't know.
Oh, well. Is Mo short for anything, or is that his actual name? I'm just going to ask a bunch of
Yes.
questions that Adrian doesn't know.
No, that is his actual name.
Oh.
Mo Willems. You thought I wouldn't know that, but I have the whole life story of him pulled up right now.
Then why don't you know if he was a puppeteer or not?
Because it just says he worked on Sesame Street. It doesn't say what he did.
You should already know.
I assume he wrote sketches, would be my guess.
Oh, that's fair.
You
He
don't-
probably was
yeah.
a writer.
Yeah.
Puppeteer would be more fun, though.
I'm sure, but with him becoming a writer, I'm guessing he did writing.
He could have multiple talents.
He could.
Maybe he sings, too. We don't know.
He is a voice actor, so
See?
there is that possibility.
See, he could have been a puppeteer. Haha.
Robin, do you have a favorite Mo Willems book?
I mean, this one is one of them. Elephant and Piggy books are always my favorite. The pigeon ones are good. They all make me laugh. And they're all for, like, kids and adults. Like, you can't go wrong with Mo Willems, in my mind.
This is going to be something of a trick question,
Uh-oh.
but do you have a favorite Mo Willems book, Tara?
My favorite book is the only one that I've ever read specifically for this podcast.
What?
Never read Mo Willems before.
Oh,
But you know
friends.
what?
That hurts my heart.
If it helps, I was so pleasantly surprised, and I would read more of his books because I
Okay.
read Goldilocks and the Three Dinosaurs
Also a good one.
just for the sheer ridiculousness of it.
Yep.
And I have to admit, I did laugh out loud multiple times. I wish I
Okay.
had the book in front of me because there was a couple lines that just. You're right. It's for all ages.
It's for all ages, for sure. Yes. How about you? What is your favorite?
What's my favorite?
Don't tell me just this one because
I think my favorite Mo Willems book, any of the big bound collections of Piggy and Gerald, because I read those to my children so many times. What is the story of Nanette's Baguette?
So Nanette is tasked to go to get a baguette from the bakery. And then while she is coming home to give it to her mom, what do you think happens?
She eats it.
I mean, it does sound pretty tasty.
Or
You bet. Crack. What happens? Help me out here, friends, because you read it too.
She ate it.
She ate it.
She ate the whole thing.
I know. So she gets home, and then her mom says, "What?
I wish I was at your house for story time.
It's amazing. It's a
So-
grand old time."
Is there anything that our listeners should know about Nanette? Anything unusual?
No, she's just a
What?
frog.
Is she a frog?
Yes, I think.
That's one thing. I'm not in love with the drawing styles of his books.
She may or may not be a frog. She's definitely a green amphibian lizard looking thing.
Okay, so she gets home, and her mom's like, "Oh, sweetie, it's okay." So then they both go out and get the baguette together. And then what happens?
Eat it, of course.
Well, we don't want to spoil it,
Well, it's true, but we
but
just
now
did.
you just did. So
Maybe she uses
It's
it
a
as a
cute-
sword and attacks people. That could be the ending.
that's true.
Okay,
You
but
never know.
let's be honest here. Who here can resist freshly baked bread?
I could live off bread and cheese, man.
So, I mean, I don't think Nanette or her mother are to blame in this situation.
No.
But I've never seen a frog eat bread.
How many frogs have you been hanging out with?
I mean, they pop up at my house fairly often.
And did you ever offer them any bread?
No, but they get
Well-
stuck in my garage and I save their lives and get them out.
See, but maybe if you offered them bread, you would find out what they think about it.
That's fair. Next time.
I think the thing I love most about his books is, I mean, the humor, obviously, but also that he kind of hides different characters from different books in his pictures. So, like in this one, there is a pigeon
The pigeon is, I believe, in every one of
somewhere,
his books, isn't
yes, hidden in here. And I believe there's a picture of the elephant and piggy somewhere in here, too.
it? Gerald. His name is Gerald.
I'm sorry, Gerald. Like, yeah, the pigeon's like right here. You guys can't see it, but you know, it's like a umbrella.
Yes, for those of you
Background.
listening in this audio-only description,
You know
It's
what?
right
It's
there.
right here. It's right there. You can see it. So I just think it's fun because as you're reading, you're like, oh, that's from that book, and yeah. So, anyways,
do you think there's an interconnected Mo Willems multiverse?
Well, it sounds like it if they're in each other's
Do
stuff.
you think we might see a Nanette and Gerald and Pigeon Avengers-style crossover?
I don't think so. I think he's done with Gerald and Piggy, which I was sad about because.
Did he say he was done?
But he wrote like 20 of those, so I mean,
But maybe he'd write more if you guys pitched this idea to him.
it's true.
I say write an email. You never know.
It's true.
He did. He wrote the thank you book, which concludes the adventures of Gerald and Piggy.
For now.
Did you say Gerald or Gerald? Gerald?
Okay, so
I think it's Gerald.
when I was first introducing Gerald and Piggy to my children,
Gerald.
Eli, my oldest son, he called them Gerald and Piggy, and I just decided to stick with his pronunciation of Gerald and Piggy, so
Got it.
it may not be correct, but at my house they are Gerald and Piggy.
Got it. Okay.
I really
It's all
hope
good.
that you become friends with the Gerald one day and bring him to your house and then just constantly say his name wrong.
This is Gerald.
You know, I do have a tendency that when I see something, it does tend to stick to people as sort of a name. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you, Robin?
Baguette, you mean?
Don't know when the last time I've heard you say her actual first name is. Or
Well,
was.
I have to say it on the podcast or it gets confusing.
It is weird
because-
every time you call me Robin. I'm like, what?
Because if I say... but it would also look weird if it was like, welcome to In the Library with Tara and Baguette.
I think we have
that'd be
done a
great
podcast
intro.
before, and you introduced me as Baguette. So
that might be true.
That was a while back.
I feel like that's how we should always introduce you on the
Yes.
podcast.
And Baguette is back.
But that is exactly why I asked you to bring this book with us today, because I was like, oh, that's your name. I am very sad that I didn't realize that there were 25 titles with Gerald and Piggy,
25.
and they're done.
And they are. I know it was so sad.
Goodness gracious.
But
I
why?
think I own 20 of those books.
Okay,
Honestly.
okay, but he could decide to resurrect their series as part of this Avenger style or Dark Tower style crossover.
Write an email.
Yeah.
Pitch it.
For those of you who may not read Mo Willems at the same time as you're reading Stephen King, I realize they're slightly different in their intended audiences. Stephen King famously interconnected several of his stories together, both through references and ultimately with the Dark Tower series, which I think Mo Willems could definitely do and bring all of his characters into one big overarching story.
I think it would be really interesting to have a bunch of horror stories redone as cartoon characters. But I also kind of feel like that's Five Nights at Freddy's, so...
Or Willy's Wonderland.
No. That movie doesn't exist. Don't listen to any of his movie
I
suggestions.
don't like scary movies, so I'm.
It's
I'm-
not.
Well-
I don't.
It's not.
I'm just going to go ahead and put it out there that I believe every film I've recommended to everyone here at this library, they've come back and said, why would you recommend that to me?
So we don't take his movie suggestions anymore.
Nope. Or books.
He didn't like Polar Express. I think that says all
That
we need.
hurts my heart.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite Christmas books and stories. So
I think my biggest problem, though, was that there wasn't a whole lot of substance to the story.
There was a lot more than in the book.
Have I recommended you a movie? I'm pointing at Baguette
No.
right now.
no, you have not.
In this audio
Hopefully
only.
it's not a horror movie because I will not be watching it.
I know Vic Regina had a severe distaste for Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh,
Oh,
I don't like that
that's
film.
not a fan.
I will say, I've read exactly 2 of your book recommendations.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
He didn't say he liked them.
The Book of Lost
Doesn't matter.
Names by, was it Kristen Harmel?
Which one? The Book of Lost Names. Oh, yes. Yep.
And
Great book.
Verity by Colleen Hoover.
The opposite of a great book. I'm sorry.
But you do have, I believe, a signed copy.
I sure do. Personalized signed copy on
Of
my
Verity?
desk. If anybody would like it, it's at the Bedford Library.
Is it actually signed by her?
No.
Oh.
Adrian.
I was like, why?
Yes, I have met her. And I told her I loved her book.
Although,
No matter what you think, you got to say that.
I'm going to be honest, though. Now I'm wondering how much she charges to sign a book, especially if it's like personalized, because maybe. Do we do white elephant gift exchanges and stuff here?
I'm too afraid to read the book because my fear would be enjoying it and then being the odd one out because no one here likes that book. I've never read any of her stuff, so I have no idea.
Welcome to try it.
I don't think I should, just in case.
Just doubling back to Mo Willems for a second. Has Nanette appeared in any other books that you're aware of?
I don't think so.
She was just a one-off? Because I know The Pigeon has
when
several.
When did this one come out? This one was
But maybe she's an Easter egg in the back of a different book.
2016.
2016.
Huh?
So, a while ago.
He didn't like the frog as much as the pigeon.
I mean, The Pigeon's a classic staple.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Wouldn't know.
Because I think his most recent one is the pigeon one with the roller coaster, or there's
That
a
could be.
sleigh ride one.
How many of those books are
I
there?
own both of those, by the way, so that's why I know those.
How many Mo Willem pigeon books? There are 10
10.
Mo Willem pigeon books. For our listeners who are curious, you can check out Don't Let the Pigeon Drive the Bus. The pigeon has to go to school. The pigeon needs a bath. The pigeon finds a hot dog. The pigeon loves things that go.
That's a board book. I have all these. All of them.
This one, it's listed as a pigeon book, and I see the pigeon on the cover, but it's called The Duckling Gets a Cookie.
Yep.
Don't Let the Pigeon Stay Up Late.
Yep.
Does he live in New York now? Because I feel like this would be a very New Yorker thing.
The pigeon wants a
Just-
puppy.
Yep, I have that one too.
Pigeon can't have a puppy.
It's,
Puppy would eat pigeon.
Yeah.
But with all of these pigeons, perhaps he's from Chicago.
See, I saw more pigeons out. Oh, what am I missing?
Just that the pigeons in Chicago are very friendly. You could just pick them up. No one will stop you. They're free.
Befriend them in a hotel, at a conference maybe.
While we were,
Okay.
while we attended the American Library Association conference a couple years back, I befriended a couple of pigeons that I brought to my apartment, or not apartment, my hotel room.
I bet the hotel people were thrilled.
Yeah,
You just grabbed them and walked them, like brought them into your
they're free. Who's going to stop you?
They're free.
common sense.
They're flying around all over the place.
The poor pigeon's just trying to live his life and he gets kidnapped.
And now he's staying in a very cushy suite.
How long did you have the bird in your room?
That's not important.
Poor bird.
The whole weekend.
Just saying,
5 days or whatever.
it's not important, and they were well cared for.
Call him PETA.
So, is there anything you would like to discuss on the goings on here at the Bedford Branch Library?
You have a movie series.
I do. Movies from around the world is ever. Why? Why did you do this to me? Put me on the spot.
That is what I do.
Oh, the second Wednesday of every month at 1 p.m. We just showed Sahara yesterday. I believe the next one coming up is March 12th, and I will be showing Philadelphia. So please come and join us. Popcorn is always provided.
Now,
I feel like you should have bagels and Philadelphia cream cheese for that one.
that's what I was about to ask. Is this movie about the cream cheese?
I've actually never seen the movie, so I do not know what it's about. I really don't.
You have no idea?
I really don't.
It stars
But I probably should find out.
it stars Thomas Hanks, does it not?
Don't know. I've never seen the movie. I don't know anything about it.
Thomas Hanks.
But you can't go wrong.
Gotta call him by his full name.
Thomas.
Is Tom even his real name? Hold on one moment. Tom Hanks' real name. Thomas Jeffrey Hanks. Yes, he is
Jeffrey.
in fact Tom Hanks.
You never know nowadays.
For our listeners who may not be familiar, Philadelphia is the 1993 American legal drama starring Tom Hanks and Denzel Washington, focusing on the city of Philadelphia, where it tells the story of attorney Andrew Beckett, who comes to ask a personal injury attorney to help him sue his former employer, who fired him after discovering he was gay and had AIDS.
I still think the cream cheese would be a good
Please
option.
come and watch it on March 12th at 1 p.m. at the Bedford Library.
Can we have cream cheese, like, maybe, what do they call it, bagels and schmear?
And schmear. Is schmear cream cheese?
I
honestly don't know. I've heard schmear, but I've never used it before.
I've never either, so I don't honestly know.
Does it just mean like any bagel topping?
Is schmear cream cheese? Schmear means cream cheese, particularly when it's spread on a bagel.
Just because smeared across.
Smeared.
It's the same way that, smoked salmon becomes lox when you put it on a bagel?
Yeah.
Lox and schmear. Have either of you had lox and schmear? That's delicious.
Yes, that's my favorite thing to get.
It is good.
It's terrific.
At Berry Bagel.
Okay.
Down the road in Lambertville.
What is it, Zingerman's up in Ann Arbor? Mm-hmm. They used to do lox and schmear, and theirs was amazing, but they stopped carrying it.
I mean, it's Zingerman's. Everything at Zingerman's is amazing.
But they stopped.
How dare they?
Write him a strongly worded letter.
Right.
Unbreak my... No. They took away my lox and schmear. They can never make it right. That being said, Zingerman's, if you want to bring it back, or if you would like us to continue to plug you on this podcast, I don't think we can make endorsement deals with this podcast.
But until they do, go to Berry Bagel.
They make good baguettes, by the way. Zingerman's.
It's like Berry Bagel.
I don't know. I mean, they might too. I don't know. But Zingerman's, their bread.
Yeah. So much further away, though.
So, we are approaching that time. Let's talk about what's going on at your local library. Why don't you start us off, T-Dog?
Coming up at the Bedford Branch Library, Sundays at 4 p.m. is 80s VHS Aerobics. Get ready to step back in time and get your heart pumping with our all-new 80s-themed VHS Aerobics class. Again, this is Sundays at 4 p.m.
We have a garden planning workshop coming up on Saturday, February 22nd from 1 to 2:30. Gardeners of all experience levels are invited to join us for a cozy afternoon of garden planning. Master Gardener Michelle will share some useful apps, books, and advice to help guide your plans. Graph paper, colored pencils, and light refreshments will be provided. Register online or come in and register. Hope to see you there. I will be there, hopefully to be getting some garden planning tips.
Michelle knows what she's talking about.
She
should be a
does.
class.
That's why I'm coming.
Ongoing now, we have Cardboard City. Stop by the makerspace at the Bedford Branch Library throughout the month of February and get creative. We supply the materials, you supply the imagination. Come, be part of this community art project, which will be displayed in the foyer throughout the month of March.
Also at the Bedford Branch Library is Show and Tell. This will be on Thursday, March 13th, 2025 at 4 p.m. Bring an interesting artifact, travel memento, beloved toy, family heirloom, or something else you would like to share. Be prepared to talk about your item for a few minutes and answer questions. So if you would like to come and just observe, you're welcome to show up on the day. If you have an item that you would like to show and talk about, then please register ahead of time. Robin, what would you like to show and tell?
Ooh. My Friends Legos. I have the Friends show. I have the oh my gosh, what is the coffee shop?
Central Park.
Thank you. I have Central Park and I have the apartments. So that's what I would showcase.
That's pretty cool.
Those are awesome.
I was planning on bringing a baguette, but on the way I ate it.
Crack. Okay, it's time to travel with friends. At the Bedford Branch Library, you can join the Friends of the Library as they share photos and stories about their travels. We have one coming up on Sunday, March 2nd at 2 p.m. about Pacific Northwest. And then we have another one coming up on Sunday, March 16th at 2 about the Panama Canal.
Ooh, Panama Canal would be fun. I'll do that someday.
Mm-hmm.
Can I talk about my trip to Kroger's?
No. Well, we all do it every day or every week.
Which state was the Kroger's in?
Ohio.
So, no.
No.
Bedford Branch Library is pleased to present Cozy Fantasy Night, coming February 24th, 2025 at 6 p.m. Step into the world of cozy fantasy books. Bring your book recommendations. Come and chat with other people who love warm, inviting fantasy books. We'll have snacks, warm beverages, and crafts, as well as books to explore. Please register online for teens and adults.
Are they locked in all night?
Why do you sound so sad?
It's called a warm read.
Oh, is that
Was
what
it that
was?
warm?
Okay. I was like, you're sad.
I was trying.
Okay.
Do we know the answer, though? Did they get locked in all night?
I don't
think
know
so.
the answer to that.
Because I like
We'll have
the
to
idea.
ask Lori.
I want to spend the night at the library.
I am trying to pull up the calendar. Let's see what the calendar has to say about
I
this.
don't think so, but
But I want the lights off and
It
I want
says
the
it's
ghost
6
here.
p.m.
Do-do-do-do. Cozy fantasy night.
Cozy Fantasy Night goes through 7:30 p.m. So it is not. all
Oh.
night. If you bring pillow, a blanket, some pajamas, and enough bricks and mortar that you can wall yourself in.
Not looking to get fired that way, so I'll pass. Coming up on March 4th from 6 to 8 p.m. is Quizzical. Teams of up to 5 people are invited to compete in a free multi-round trivia competition. Refreshments are provided. Registration is open to the first 6 teams. Don't have a team? No problem. We'll find you one. Join my team. Be my friend, please.
Oh, you won't be able to have people join your team because you're going to be hosting it this time.
What?
I'm going to be participating. So join my team.
Does that mean I have to come up with all the questions?
That is correct.
Oh.
good luck to you.
I like it. I'm in.
On March 9th, join us for a presentation about what's happening to the monarch butterfly, why they are on the verge of extinction, and ways you can help change the outcome of this very special butterfly. In this workshop, portion of seeds in a milk portion. Oh.
Cold reading's fun.
In the in the workshop portion of this event, oh my goodness, I can read. Each guest will be planting milkweed seeds in a milk jug to take home to plant in the spring. Milk jugs and supplies will be provided. Please register online.
I got some growing.
Please edit that out. My goodness. Shoot.
I'm going to leave it exactly
No,
as it was
you're
recorded.
Really not.
No, I think I am.
It was endearing.
Well, we would certainly like to thank you for tuning in to In the Library with
Tara.
and our special guest.
Baguette.
And Adrian, who never says his name anymore.
I don't.
No.
We would like to thank you for listening. Please be sure to like and subscribe. And if you're interested in getting notifications from us, hit that ring bell. I've been told that if you do this on a podcast, it increases viewer engagement.
Ooh.
I don't know if that's true. I don't think anybody listens this late into the podcast. But we will see you next week, probably.
Bye.
Bye.